So I started cleaning up some parts here. Got the oil pan. This oil pan was just rusted. I mean, some spots were good, but right here was all rusted. You could see the pitting over here, and some of these spots I really can't get to. I mean, I could get them by hand with some emery cloth. So I decided to seal up these holes, and when I get done, or when this gets done setting up, I'm gonna pour some rust dissolver on there and see if it takes care of the rest of it. It's working. Well, it stayed in there long enough to do its job. So it's taking this lower radiator hose off because there's a lot of junk. Oh, I just spilled just a little bit. I want to flush the radiator out real good and make sure this pipe is clean for the thermostat. Clean that out. Alright, well, if I took that pipe off, I might as well go a little further and take this pipe off and take these coolant hoses off. I got this one taken off. Probably, and you know what, actually, if I take this pipe off, I can take the pipe, and these two little coolant hoses go to the throttle body. And I can take that out. I'll clean the throttle body off as when I have that out. And of course, the old faithful PB Blaster makes me feel good. I started out this job making sure all my hardware was in the right spot. And now I have no clue. But that's half the fun. It's like a puzzle. There we go. Now, this doesn't seem to have any crud in there, so that's good. So, well, she's going all over the place. In hindsight, I would have taken this guy out in the first place. Still, a little bit of carbon in there. On this side, oh yeah. Yep, we'll clean that up. All right, let's clean this puppy up. I know some of these videos that feature the back end of this truck are little teasers, but yeah, we're definitely going to be doing projects on this guy. Yep, kind of nasty. That's the ticket. Alright, I think we're gonna be good enough. Alright, the last thing I really think I'm gonna clean out here is the overflow tank, and I don't see any external bolts holding this thing on, so I can only assume that there's one in the wheel well here, and I got to take this cover off and it'll magically appear. All right, we're gonna suck it out before we muscle it and it breaks loose and splashes me. nasty stuff. Nitty-gritty. Yep. Okay. This bracket, you can't even get at the bolt head. I don't even know what kind of tool you've used for that. What in the world? I think. Alright, I got it figured out. I'm just gonna zip tie a paper towel to the end of my flexi magnet here. I'm gonna keep this zip tie on real tight, but you can get it tight to a certain point. So that what you do is you just grab it before you cut it. You just turn it, grab it and turn it, grab it and turn it, and that cinches it down real tight, and it ain't get any extra stuff. There we go. Yeah, we're soaking it up. Alrighty. Bingo. Alrighty, I did some working ahead a little bit, just cleaning things up. I blew out all around all these cylinders. You could tell from this white stuff all over the place, and in the cylinders a little bit, and I'll clean that out before I put the head on. But I also put these dowels back in. It went in pretty good. I just smacked them down with the plastic mallet, and they went in there, and there's still a good lip on them for the head, so we're good there. We did some cleaning of the head. There was a bunch of gunk down in here, and I cleaned that out, kind of flushed it out. Cleaned off that part of the head a little bit. It's looking pretty good. You see, I did take a straight edge to them, the head and the engine block, and it looks pretty good. I took these fittings off and cleaned them out. We've got some parts that came in. You guys seen the head gasket. We got our timing chain. We got our timing chain tensioner, our timing guide, or the chain guides, our exhaust gasket, the timing cover gasket, the front pulley bolt. Whatchamacallit that is. Oh, this is the other thing I did. So the oil pan I cleaned up and then painted POR 15 here along this edge. You remember it was rusted up, and I had to clean that up. We're just waiting on head bolts so we can just start installing. I did clean the bottom of the block, the oil pan mating surface, so that's good. So yeah, I'm checking on the valve seals. I can get them at Toyota. They're not too expensive. We ordered gasket for that, gasket for this, and yeah, so like I said, we're waiting for the rest of the parts, and then we can start assembling. There we go. So I ordered up some valve stem seals. I figured I had the head off. I might as well do that. I could do a thorough cleaning. I took one off already. They don't seem to be too bad. So, but I'm gonna see what it entails to lap them. I don't know if I'm gonna lap them. I'm definitely gonna clean them up. I ordered this on Amazon as a valve spring compressor tool. Did fairly easy getting that one out. Let me demonstrate. Get this one out. I'll do just one more until I am ready to start taking them all out. Let's take the other. You can take one off. And see how we do. The only thing here, okay, so it does stay. All right, so I had adjusted wrong before where you would compress it, but it wouldn't lock in. So I'm gonna take my magnet, if I can find it. Where is the magnet? Yeah, I forgot I had it as a cleaning tool, so it was covered up on me. Let's see if we could pull these. Okay, we got one. There we go. Anyhow, it works pretty good. I lucked out. Oh, the other one. You can see they look pretty good. Let's clean them up, I guess. Valve seals are dirty, but I'm not sure if they're bad. But like I say, it's a perfect time to replace them. You guys have seen it, of course, throughout the video, but I mean, can't really see too well, but look at that. That is a 03. Oh, I got so much crap in the garage. This project's taken a while, obviously. But good tires. Hell, I might even drive this thing. So we went ahead and got all the valves out, and I wanted to show you something that kind of makes me think I'm doing a very good thing by doing these valve seals. There, they're right here. I'll show you. And the seal just disintegrated, and that was just pulling them off. So as I was thinking about just throwing this on, if I had gotten my head bolts in time, I would have thrown this on and been done with it. I might have been fine, I might have not been fine, but it makes me it sure makes me feel better. I did order a lot of stuff through Toyota. The stuff that I is not easy to get at, all this stuff and the internal stuff is going to be Toyota. That way I don't have to think about it. And like the external stuff, like the intake manifold gasket, AutoZone, and all your external gaskets, it's all going to be AutoZone. Everything that you can easily or more easily change out will be aftermarket, but or as close to OEM through your retail stores. When I got my new seals in, they were incredibly easy. I installed them with my finger. You just get them lined up and then push them down. They're that easy. And then just to confirm, there's a lip down there. You can't see it, but there's a lip and it's flush. So they're installed. So all I got to do now is start installing my valves, then I'll be ready to go. So I'm going to attempt to put one of these valves back in, see how it goes, and then if it goes well, then we'll fast forward through it all, see how it goes. We'll start with, I guess, the intakes. 1-1. Alrighty, so I was reading service information, what they recommend installing these with, or installing the valves if you got to lube them up. I didn't find that out, but what I did find out is that the two valve seals are different. I ordered 16 exhaust valve seals, and I got 16 valve seals. So I had to order 8 intake ones, so I gotta wait for those. So as long as I've got the right ones on the exhaust side, I'll start installing those. It's confusing online when you order because it says valve seal left right. Well, here's how I'm looking at it. Left right, okay? This is what they mean. Left right, left right, left right. So, whatever. I ordered some more. I'm still waiting on the head bolts, so I might as well wait on those too. Boy. Alright, so we're gonna start in. I'm gonna try to install an exhaust valve. Alrighty. Finally. So we got that guy, and I don't want to forget that I've got these washers that they're like where the spring sits on. Those got to go first. So make sure, yeah, I've got my retainers here. Alrighty, let's start out with one of these guys. I got to get a more professional way of installing this. There we go. Alright, we got a block of wood here. Alright, it does not say anything about installing these with any type of oil. So, here goes nothing. So the valve seal right now is holding the exhaust valve in, so we're good there. We got our washer in. We got our retainer, and here goes nothing. Sweetheart. That's not bad. Needle nose. I think I got a set that's in my fishing gear that would be perfect for this. Here we are. I didn't think I was gonna find these things. Alrighty. Alrighty. Oh man, fumbly finger. Fumbly finger. They're in position. Let's see if this works. Come on. We got it. We got it. Okay. Installer. All right, they look better. This time, oh, that looks better. Oh, that looks a lot better. It feels a lot better. It's in the ring groove. All right, let's see. Just check on the washer. Washer is in place, and we have our first successful valve. it popped out on me, but that's fine. Valve fell. Dang it. Nope, this one does not like to go.
Give me a couple waters.
The only reason I'm putting them in, yep, there goes one. The big fat fingers. This cheap Chinese valve spring compressor that I got on eBay. Alright, I've got it partially the way down. And if I don't have both those go down at evenly, one slips down farther than it should and ruins the party for the other one. Oh, we might be good there. Nope. Hear that pop out? Oh, these things. Nope, that's going. What in the world? I don't know if you saw that, but that thing went down first and it clamped it more and it's not even. Nope, it's out of position again. Holy shnikes. Oh, it's perfect time for the flashlight to go. Oh. Going the wrong way. Good God. Nope, nope, nope. What the f you have to do? So, oh my God. This is this is stupid. This is getting stupid. Nope. Why? Why? It drops and then it comes back up. Oh my God, what is the deal? What is the deal? There's got to be something. It's not letting Mr. Other piece, his buddy, slip in the hole because he wants to go deeper and deeper and deeper. We got to go the right way, because as soon as you go the wrong way one turn, pardon my French, one false move and you're dead. Both aggravating and entertaining. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Lord. This is aggravating. I'm gonna have to turn it. I fought it. I fought the head and the head won. And the last valve. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be really glad to be done with this. I knew I heard something. I knew it. It's like I jinxed myself. I knew I heard something drop. Well, for about 20 minutes, I found it. I believe I set it on here, or it just fell on here, and I didn't see it was right in front of my face. So let's get this last one done. Oh, Lordy. I know I heard that. Alrighty. I think we're going to be good. Alright. Okay. Let's give this one a little tappy. Okay. We're good. I tell you what, we've got a head. Son of a gun. I think. But we have a head. Got all our valves in. So far so good. Look at the head or the bottom. Make sure we're all good before we start placing it. Alright. Whether it looks good or not, it's going in. Alrighty, we are ready for assembly. says to put the head gasket with the stamping on top, whatever number that is, but then the distinction is that's, you can't read it on this side, but it's still stamped. So it goes on like that. Really no other way anyway. Oh, fits good. I do believe we're ready for a head. Oh, you don't know how happy that makes me. I'm ready for head bolts. I almost forgot about the washers too. Okay, we got a little dish of 530. Just gonna dip. One bolt down. You have to clean that guy up. Install and uniformly tighten in many passes in this sequence. So alrighty, so 58 foot-pounds, and then we're going to mark them, but we're going to torque them to 58 first. When you mark them, you're going to mark them so you can turn it 90 degrees is the last step. So we're going 58. Here it goes. Not like you'd expect. The feel anyway. Six. number 10. The most nerve-wracking part of it all. I'm going to mark the heads, turn them 90 degrees. Alrighty, I marked all the bolt heads at 12 o'clock in reference to the cylinder head here. So we're going to go 90 degrees. If we get 90 degrees on the bar and 90 degrees on the block, then we should be good. Here goes nothing. Here we go. That didn't feel good. But it's at 90 degrees. Maybe we didn't. Alright, I'm just going to get a feel for number 3 here. I'm going to see what that torques to. Alright, I went ahead and installed the exhaust cam, and it says to tighten up bearing caps 1 and 3 in the suggested sequence. Well, what does that mean? So you look it up, and it was pointing at, this is number 1, this is number 2, and all these little ones are number 3. That's what, I'll show you a picture. So anyhow, put that in, tighten it down, torqued it 22 foot-pounds, 80 inch-pounds for the small ones. And now I'm putting in the intake cam, and I'll do the same. So this is the sequence they want you to do it. Like I said, they call these bearing cap number 3. I already did bearing cap number 1, so this is going to be bearing cap number 2. I'll just change that real quick so we don't get confused. And this is the sequence they want you to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 22 foot-pounds on the big cap, 80 inch-pounds on the other one. Let me tell you, I got a little paranoid about the one bolt hole that slipped when I was doing the 90 degrees. I don't know if you guys noticed, but it was eating me up overnight, so I took the cam back off, and because what I was thinking was either of two things. Either that insert started to back out a little bit, and that's what broke in there and then retightened. Well, I already gave it away because it retightened. So I took it off and I checked the final torque, or near the final torque, of the other bolts on this side, and then I went back to that one and it turned a little bit and then it stopped, and then I was able to get it to the same torque as the others. And let me tell you, I couldn't be happier. That was eating me up. So we are good to go with the rest of the assembly. Yeah, I got my cams back on. I did that, and then I threw. So when I installed the cams, I just kind of rotated them till they sat. The intake lined itself up to where it needs to be, and what it says is that this timing mark here needs to be lined up with this timing mark on the bearing cap. Exhaust one says that timing cap mark needs to be in line with this timing mark here, if you can see it. So I basically got those rotated where they needed to be, and then started with my timing chain. It comes with the painted links already on it. That one lands up there, and you kind of got to turn the exhaust cam a little bit in order. I mean, you don't have to, but it's slacked here. So basically, you slide it in there. You put your that timing chain guide on the right hand side, and those are torqued to 80 inch-pounds. And then you come down here and you line your pink link up to this timing gear was off, so I had to pull it off and slide it on there, and then rotate the crank just a little bit, and that slid right on. It shows in the service information that there's a tool to drive this sprocket on, but it's basically just slides on. And wrap this around here, and you put your other timing chain guide on here, tensioner side guide. This gets torqued to 14 foot-pounds. And you can't put your tensioner on yet because the tensioner is on the timing cover, and that's basically what we're ready for now. I will put the crank bolt back on and tighten this up before I put the timing cover on, because that's got to be tight when you put that tensioner on. All right, so I'm turn that a little bit so that tightens up that chain. Now, I did rotate it a little bit, that's why it's off a little bit, but in general, you get the idea. All I have to do is turn these, and they'll be lined up again, but it doesn't matter now because they're all lined, or they're all timed on their timing marks. And like I say, when put the timing cover on, and then we'll release the tensioner. We're gonna have to like stick something down there and release the tensioner, because that's the only way I see. And one more thing, I forgot this crank gear, or crank position sensor gear. It goes on just like it says, with the F for front, and and it goes there. I just gotta find the key again. There you go. There you go. All right, now that's what it should look like. We're ready to go. Another side note, I was staring at this thing, and we got this surface here. I'm guessing that's for the tensioner, you know, to pressurize it. Well, I'm like, well, should you seal around here? No, you just come down here, seal around, just right around here, and then keep going. They say to use seal packing, but I'm gonna use some of this Loctite. It's you know, easier to squeeze out instead of those tubes. So anyhow, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I got the cherry picker set back up again. I'm gonna lift the motor up and take that motor mount off. I was having trouble. You can see that bend around there, and then the bolt tab, you know, wants to slip into the crack there. There's too many things for it to knock off. You can see this big foot. You could do it, I could do it a couple times dry, but you know, I'm hitting stuff still. So once I get that mount off, I think it'll go a lot easier. There shouldn't be much left to hit on. Alright, I skipped ahead and got the timing cover on, torque down. I was on a time crunch, and somebody was asking me to set up a lemonade stand, so got that done. And alright, so I drew this out on a piece of cardboard because I couldn't bring the picture up for some reason. Toyota and the service information designates these bolts as follows. A is an M6 as well as the nuts. They get torqued to 80 inch-pounds. B is an M8. Those get torqued to 15. And then C, 32, those are your M10 bolts. So they just tell you to torque A first, B the B's, and then C's, and then your nuts last. So what I did, I just crisscrossed, so that's the best I could do. It's not like they numbered each one to go back and forth, so I guess that's good enough. Got the water pump on. I realized I didn't have the right water pump gasket, so I just used silicone. Lemonade. Anybody want lemonade? I forgot to mention the timing chain tensioner. So that pushes in, and then this little claw grabs hold of the pin, and that's how you install it. And then to get it released, since it's in the timing cover, you can see right in there, you can see the pin right there, and a little claw holding it in. But instead of you don't even have to touch that little claw. All you do is, you see this flat spot right on the tensioner, tensioner guide, I should say. All you do is push on that with whatever, blunt object or whatever, and it'll just cock that pin back a little bit and release that little claw, and then you're all set. So I struggled with it a little bit trying to get that little claw, and I realized, oh, you just push on it. You just push on it and it releases. So we're all good to go.